Okay, so we're here on lesson 1 of our condensed version of our circles unit. And remember that if you want to still do the full version, you can still do that, but because of school closures, this is the condensed version. And so today we're going through just a few of the basics of central angles. And so the vocab you need to know is major arc is represented by 3 letters, and it's the long way around the circle. Minor arc is represented by 2 letters, short way around the circle. Semicircle equals 180 degrees. Whole circle equals 360 degrees. And we have to always look for vertical angles. And then today's rule is central angles equal the intersected arcs. So we're going to go to Khan Academy. We're using Khan Academy for your lessons because there's built-in help. So if you're stuck, you can click this, watch a video, or use a hint. So if what I go over doesn't make sense, there's these 2 videos. If you use a hint, it does not count towards your progress. But if you're having trouble understanding, you might work through one section just using hints and then do it again for credit. The section is only 4 problems long, so if you have to do it a few times in a row to get it, that's fine. If you do it once and are ready to move on to the equations lesson, that is wonderful also. And so we're looking here, and it asks us to find DC. It does tell us that BD and AC are diameters, but we actually don't need this. So here, all we need is the fact that we have a vertical angle. And so I am not very good at drawing with my mouse. But we have vertical angles right here. This is 19, meaning AB is 19. This is our vertical angle, and that means DC also equals 19. So I click in 19, I check, it tells me nice work, keep going. This shows me the same picture, but now this is asking me for that major mark. So BD and AC are diameters. So now it's asking me for my DBC. And so that means I start at D, and I have to go all the way around to hit B second, and then I come back to C. And so the easiest way to do this is just to recognize, I already found out that this is a 19, and I know my whole circle is 360. So the easiest thing to do here is I recognize it's just 360 minus 19, which gives me, if I'm doing this without the calculator, it gives me the 241. Okay, that says it's not quite right. So this is where you can go through and you can either get help or skip for now. So I'm showing this to you and see what it says. So it says, okay, it's equal to the central angle, and so we need to find DBC. It says 360 minus 19, which means all I did is did my math wrong. It should be 341 instead of 241. And so as you're working through this, this is why we're using Khan Academy instead of using the paper assignments, because you're working at home. And we want you to use those built-in supports. If you miss something, try to figure it out on your own or use their steps and see what mistake did you make. Okay, this time it asks us to find AC. And because it's only 2 letters, AC means it's the shorter distance. And so all I have to do is add 70 plus 104. which gives me 174. And last of all in this section, it asks for A, B, C. Again, it's 3 letters, and so that means I'm going the long way around. A to B to C. And so this time, I'm going to use the semicircle. So if I'm trying to use my semicircle, which equals 180. So this equals 180. And so I just do 180 plus 69 is going to give me my 249. Okay, and every time, even when you finish, it says you can see how they answered it, step-by-step solution. If you're kind of guessing, you can go back and see. Now I go to summary. It tells me I got 3 out of 4 correct, so I have the option of going back and trying it again, or if you feel pretty solid with this, you can go on to the practicing with equations. And so this is where you can watch the second video on how to do these if you want it. But it's the same thing. We're just setting up equation, solving, and then plugging it in.